Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing the topic content analysis. The word content analysis is familiar for all of us, and it is a research tool used to determine the presence of certain words, themes, or concepts within some given qualitative data. Using content analysis, researchers can quantify and analyze the presence, meanings, and relationships of certain words, themes, or concepts. For example, using content analysis, researchers can evaluate languages used within a news article to search for bias or partiality. Researchers can then make inferences about the messages within the text, the writers, the audience, and even the culture and time of surrounding the text. For content analysis, sources of data could be from interviews, open-ended questions, field research notes, conversations, or literally any occurrence of communicative language such as books, essays, discussions, newspaper headlines, speeches, media, historical documents, etc. Through content analysis, a single study may analyze various forms of text in its analysis. And to analyze the text using content analysis, it must be coded or broken down into manageable code categories for analysis, which means that while taking a data or even it is a paragraph or text as we mentioned above, for the content analysis we should break down the text into small parts so it will be easy for to analysis. Once it is coded into code categories, it can then be categorized to summarize data even further. Then, as a definition, we can say that content analysis is a research technique for the objective, systematic, and quantitative description of the manifest content of communication. There are two types of content analysis. So now let us look what all are the types of content analysis. The first one is conceptual analysis. Conceptual analysis determines the existence and frequency of concepts in a text. So it regards or it is based on the concept which is included in a text. Here, a concept is chosen from examination and the analysis involves quantifying and counting its presence. That is about conceptual analysis. And the second one is relational analysis. In relational analysis, as we already told in conceptual analysis, it begins with conceptual analysis where a concept is chosen for examination. However, the analysis involves exploring the relationship between concepts. So here, different concepts are compared or contrast. A relationship or an exploration of relationship between concepts are done in this relational analysis. Then we have 6 steps to conduct content analysis. Now let us check what all are the steps for conducting a content analysis. First one is to start with content analysis usage in your research, you need to start with a clear, direct research question. You need to identify the problem as to the first and foremost step. After that is done, the second thing is to select the content you will analyze. Now, the second step is to choose a sample for analysis. In this step, you have to look for a medium such as newspaper, speech, etc., from where you will take your content. The parameter in terms of location, date, date range, etc., is all part of selecting the material. Now, the third step is that you have to determine the type of analysis. Then reduce the text to categories and code and define the units. It means you have to determine the level of analysis of the chosen text. And the fourth step is that you should group the group of meaning that will be coded. For example, you have to record the frequency of the set of words that frequently appear in the text, its theme and concepts, the presence and positioning of the image, etc. The collection of categories that you will use for coding, for example, objective characteristics like female, mother, lawyer, or conceptual like family oriented, trustworthy, corrupt, etc. And the fifth step is that you have to develop a set of rules for coding and code the text according to the rules which you have created. Or we can say code relationships. Okay. Coding involves organizing the units of meaning into the previously defined categories. So we already categorized the text. Now this coding involves organizing the units of meaning which to the previously defined categories. Here, coding rules are essential, mainly when multiple researchers are included. But if you are coding all the text by yourself, it makes it more transparent and reliable. You code the text and record all the data in categories. So here we are talking about the research, research related content analysis. And as a last step, you map out the representation analysis the result, analyze the results and conclude. Concoding is complete. The collected data is examined to find patterns and draw conclusions in response to the research question with which we have started. Content analysis can help provide cultural and historical intuitions over time, and it is helpful for researchers in the examination of a particular text or set of documents in a manner to find a specific pattern. So that is the six steps of content analysis. Now we have the important part of content analysis, that is the purpose of content analysis. And the purpose of content analysis is to read between lines. Yes, for the first time when we are reading a text, we may not be able to understand the entire thing, or we may not be able to completely collect all the aspects which is said in the text. So when we read it once more, we can notice that we are getting a lot more meanings, a lot more aspects of the same text. So that is the main purpose of content analysis, that is to read between the lines. It aims to determine answers to questions where the text implies something and not necessarily explicit. Content analysis helps to identify the implied aspects of the content. It helps to sketch the characteristics of the content, to analyze and present significant findings of content clearly and effectively. Also, it helps to simplify unstructured content, to identify trends and relationships, to describe attitudinal and behavioral responses to communication, to justify an argument. It is and content analysis is also used to identify the intention, focus, or communication trends of an individual or group or institutions. And also it helps to determine psychological or emotional state of person or groups and reveal interrational differences and patterns in communication content. It also helps to pre-test and improve an intervention or survey prior to its launch. These are the main purpose of content analysis, which is very important. Now, we have some advantages and disadvantages of content analysis. First, the advantages of content analysis are: it directly examines communication using text. It allows for both qualitative and quantitative analysis. It allows a closeness to data. It is also helpful for the coded form of the text, which can be statistically analyzed. It provides insight into complex models of human thought and language use. A more powerful tool when combined with other research methods such as interviews, observation, and use of archived records. So it is much more powerful tool, that is content analysis. And now some of the disadvantages of content analysis are: it is largely time consuming and it is subject to increased error, particularly when relational analysis is used to attain a higher level of interpretations. And also, it can be difficult to automate or computerize. So, these are the disadvantages of content analysis. That's all. Thank you.